Sairam children, we were revising lesson number 6, Animal Life. In the previous session, we discussed about various different kind of animals, about their size, how few animals are so big and few are very small. We also discussed about their eating habits, about different mouth parts of the animals. We discussed about migration. Today we are going to discuss another topics from the same lesson. So today we are going to discuss different breathing methods. Now, as there are different kind of animals, there are different methods of breathing in animals. Children, tell me, can you stop breathing for some time? Maybe for little, very few seconds. Just try and hold your nose between your thumb and index finger. You start feeling uneasy. We cannot stop our breath for more time. So, in order to stay alive, we have to breathe continuously. So, what is breathing? See, when we breathe, we do like this. So, what are we doing? Breathing consists of two methods, inhaling and exhaling, or inhalation and exhalation. Now, when we take in oxygen, this is called as inhalation, and when we breathe out, this is called exhalation. And what about respiration? Respiration is a process in which oxygen from the inhaled air is used to release energy from the food. You heard that right. The oxygen that we breathe is used to burn the food that we eat. And that is why it helps us. That's how it helps us to get energy. Now, let us see how different animals breathe and what are different organs which help them to breathe. Now, can you see the picture? In this picture, what are these organs called? You guessed that right. These are lungs. Do we have lungs? Yes, we have lungs as our breathing organs. All the mammals, birds, and reptiles have lungs. They breathe through their lungs. They have two lungs which are connected by the breathing tubes to the nostrils. Now, the holes in your nose are called as nostrils. We take the air inside from our nostrils, which goes through the windpipe to our lungs. Then the air breathed in through the nostrils fills our lungs. That is why when we breathe in, our chest expands, our lungs become big. The lungs exchange the oxygen in the inhaled air with the carbon dioxide produced in the body. The air is then breathed out through the nostrils. Now, children, can you see in the picture on the left hand side, that is the picture showing inhalation, and on the right hand side it is showing exhalation. In this picture, if you see here, this organ is known as diaphragm. So, when we inhale, the diaphragm goes down, and on the right hand side, if it is visible, when we breathe out or when we exhale, the diaphragm goes up. So, this is how we breathe through our lungs. Once again, the lungs are the breathing organs of mammals, birds, and reptiles. Now, let us see about the breathing organs of other animals. Now, can you see earthworm and frog? Do you know what is the breathing organ of earthworms and frogs? Right, the earthworm and the frogs breathe through their skin. Now, the frog breathes through the moist skin when it is inside water. Then what about land? It is an amphibian. It can stay inside the water as well as on the land. So, when it is on the land, it breathes with its lungs. And when it is inside water, the frog breathes with his moist skin. So, the breathing organ of earthworm is moist skin. Also, the frogs breathes with their moist skin when they are inside water. Now, the fish. All of you know that the fishes live inside the water. They cannot breathe outside. In the same way, can we breathe inside water? No, we cannot, because our lungs or our respiratory organs are not adapted to breathe inside water. So, how does the fish breathe in the water? Children, all the animals like fish, prawn, tadpoles who live inside the water have special organs called gills. Is it visible in the picture? Yes, it's there. So these gills helps the fish and the animals who live inside the water to breathe oxygen dissolved in water. Right, if you can see, the fish is taking oxygen from the water, and the water is it's taking the water inside the mouth. As the water passes over the gills, the oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out with the water. Now, insects, how do insects breathe? Insects breathe through tiny holes on their bodies. They are called as spiracles. They have breathing tubes which are attached to these holes. These breathing tubes take the oxygen to all parts of body. So the insects breathe through the spiracles. The spiracles are tiny holes in the body of insects. So children, let us solve the questions based on what we have discussed. So the first one is choose the odd one out. First, fish, tadpole, birds and prawns. So what is the odd one out? That is birds, because fish, tadpole and prawns breathe with the gills, whereas birds have lungs as the breathing organ. Mammals, insects, reptiles and birds. So the odd one out is insects, because insects breathe through the spiracles, whereas mammals, reptiles and birds breathe through the lungs. The next one, nostrils, spiracles, lungs, windpipe. So the odd one out is spiracles, because nostrils, lungs and windpipe are the breathing organ of mammals, whereas spiracles are the breathing organs of the insects. Now the next is skin, chest, gills, lungs. So the odd one out is right, that's chest, because chest is not a breathing organ, whereas skin, gills and lungs act as breathing organ in various animals. Next is oxygen, carbon dioxide, breathing, nitrogen. So odd one out is nitrogen. Now children, let us have a look at the next set of questions. So, the next question is true or false? So, in order to stay alive, animals have to breathe continuously. So, is it true or false? That's true. Oxygen from the inhaled air is used to release energy from water. So, it's false because oxygen from the inhaled air is used to release energy from the food that we eat. Frogs breathe through their moist skin when in water. So, that's true or false? That's true because when it is inside the water, it breathes with its moist skin. When it is on land, it breathes with the lungs. Now, animals breathe through breathing tubes. That is false. The animals that live in water breathe the air dissolved in water. That is true. Lungs become small when air enters. So, is it true or false? That is false. Now, the next question. Breathing involves dash and dash. As the water passes over the gills, dissolved dash is taken in, dash is given out. Air is breathed in through the dash. Insects take in air through dash. Frogs breathe through their dash on land and through their dash in water. So, let us see the answers. Breathing involves inhalation and exhalation. As the water passes over the gills, dissolved oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out. Air is breathed in through the nostrils. Insects take in air through the spiracles. Frogs breathe through their lungs on land and through their moist skin when in water. So, children, let us see the next question. Find the answers in the word greed. Now, the first one, tiny holes for breathing in insects. So, they are spiracles. Next one, respiratory organs of mammals. What are they? That is lungs. The animals with this organ can only breathe underwater. So the answer is gills. Air reaches to all body parts of insects through this. So it is breathing tubes here. Children, let us see the next question. Find the answers in the word grid. So, on the left hand side, there are the questions, and we have to find out the answers in this word grid. So, let us see the questions as well as the answers. So, the first one is tiny holes for breathing in insects. So, they are spiracles, respiratory organs of mammals. It's lungs. The animals with this organ can only breathe underwater. So that is gills. Air reaches to all body parts of insects through this. So it's breathing tube. Process of releasing energy from food by inhaled oxygen. So that is known as respiration. Frog breathe through this when it is inside water? The answer is skin. Taking in oxygen, that is inhalation. Giving out carbon dioxide, so it's exhalation. Now, children, let us see the next question. So, look at the picture and answer the following questions. So, the first question is identify the respiratory organ shown in the figure, in the picture. Second question is name two animals who breathe with the help of this organ. And the third one is can the animal with this organ breathe underwater? So, children, are you ready with your answers? So, let us see the answers. So, the respiratory organ shown in this picture are lungs. Two animals who we breathe with the help of lungs are humans and dogs. Third one, can the animal with this organ breathe underwater? The answer is no, because human lungs or lungs are not adapted to breathe underwater. Only animals with gills can breathe underwater. So, we are going to end this session here. Hope you liked it and enjoyed solving the questions.